Hello, Anthony. I'm just sorting myself out. Well, apparently, we've got more people watching, and as per usual, they'll try. So, and what really gets me is the title. Anything you want to talk about, and you get four people, seven, yes, seven people now, and nobody wants to talk about anything. They just want to watch me get pissed. So I'll just get pissed, and I'll just let you watch me get pissed. That's your entertainment. So be it. You know, they've got no, oh, that's it. Right. So, like I say, if you're just here to watch me get pissed, good on you. But I would like to talk about something, and I don't know what. Because you can't turn on the news nowadays without that Palestine and the Israelis. And I don't know where you all stand on it. But like, if you've ever read anything about them two, they've been fighting for years, and they'll never stop fighting. Could it save their land? Palestinians want their land back. Israelis are saying, "Fuck you, we're not giving your land back." So the Israeli says, "Well, we'll fire a few fucking rockets your way," you know, and there's a world outcry, and, and and the majority of people that are like crying, they've not even bothered to look at the history of like the Israelis and the Palestinians. But it was like the Israelis stole Palestine's, you know, like the Gaza Strip belongs to Palestine, and the Israelis, pinched it, and then like uh, they put a water supply in, they put electricity supply in, and now they're taking it away. What, you know, and I don't know if you ever listened to that Russell Brand and that, and a few more that, you know, let's get to the truth. It's all a real conspiracy. Well, I just find it funny. You know, Me, just let them kill each other. Don't bring it over here. That's all I say. You know, and if you want to go on protest, like I said in my video, you know, just go, just go back over there and protest. You know, do your protesting, but half of them are cowards. You know, they run away from the country when they need them. I shouldn't really say that because, like in Germany in 1944, you know, there's a few Germans that, like, well, it was Hitlerism on it, so that they came over here in America. You know, they saw what was happening. But there was German Jews. And they wonder why the Jews are persecuted. You know, it just makes me laugh. And I see Mr. No Sense is upset again with some of his followers, isn't he? At the end of his live stream or something, I think it was the end. If you follow me and you badmouth me in another channel, you know, I'm going to block you. What a dick. You know what I mean? No wonder why he's got no followers. It's a bit like me, really. I know why I haven't got any followers, because, like, half of the time I've got nothing to say. I probably do drink too much, and I do waffle on. But there's a side of me that's the serious side, and like I say, I just don't like being taken the piss out of. And I do think all governments look at us as little people. You know, if you're not very educated to their standards, they look down on you. You know, even they can't bang a nail in the wall or use a saw or a drill. You know, and they've got no common sense whatsoever. Because if they did, they wouldn't be a politician, would they? But they just look down at us. Hey, up. Old Benny's here, bushcraft. I went to, well, I was going to watch that video today, and I got sidetracked. What you do with a dartboard on a tree? But everything now on the news is Israel, and they're slamming the BBC, but like not outing Hamas, which is Palestinians, as a terrorist group. You know, and like I say, it's all been all through land grabbing, Israel trying to grab the land from the Palestinians, and it's such a small amount of land, you know, that the Palestinians could wipe them out. You know, so like, you've got to really look at the history and everything. But it's really pissing me off. You've got Russia and Ukraine, you know, and I think that war, because some people are communists. I'm not a communist. I'm just a realist. You know, it's like all these communists. They're not poor, are they? All the leaders in the Communist Party are not poor. Bit like that Black Lives Matter, isn't it? The American woman, that started it. You know, she had a little house, and now she's got a big shining house, and she's got big cars and everything through all the donations that people have sent to them. And that woman who pulled down the statue in Bristol, and she was here on top of it with a flag. You know, she's been done for deception or fraud and nicking the charity money. You know, this is Black Lives Matter. It ain't fuck matter. What matters is the money. And when the money comes in, you fucking nick it. Right? When you're basically giving it to a charity, and you know, it's a load of bollocks, isn't it? Hello, Sam. You know, this is why I don't give to charities, and you know, the money never goes to where it should go. Goes into the pockets of high executive. I can't even say it, can I? It just goes into the. I might start a charity. Right, I'm going to start a charity. The GS. What can I call it? What can I call my charity? And I want everybody to send me £1. Hello, David. When two tribes go to war. Yeah, that's what it's like with Israel and Palestine. Two tribes go to war. You know, in the Bible, it was called the Promised Land, wasn't it, in the Bible? The Israels went to the Promised Land. You know, and then it was split up between, like, was it King David and Solomon and somebody else? Can't remember. It was split up into 3 tribes, Israel. And then it started off fighting each other. And it's been going on ever since. But a lot of people don't seem to realise it. You know, so you like Frankie, do you? Oh, what a gay day. Frankie goes to Hollywood. Brings back the 80s. Well, I hated the 80s. And then when I look back, I think, like, well, there was some good music, wasn't there? Because I always thought, like, I think of Boy George. And I thought, like, I'm not really into that. Not because he's gay, I just didn't like his music. I didn't really like Ram or Stand Out Ballet. I think the only one I ever liked out the 80s music was Duran Duran. I think that was the only group. And somebody called Jones. I can't remember his name. Somebody called Jones. Not many bands, or new bands, should I say, that I like. I didn't like all that new age stuff. It really pissed me off. But then that's life, isn't it? You know, I was brought up with like 50s and 60s music and 70s. So by the 80s, I think I was 20, you know, and like I'd already acquired the musical taste because of my sisters, because I had more sisters and brothers, and they was older. All his brothers was all younger. So we had 3 sisters, 4, yeah, Yvonne, Pat and Denise. Yeah, we had 3 sisters. You know, They used to play all the music. Until I started to like alternative music. Like I used to listen to Mick Jagger, I used to listen to The Doors, The U, listen to some of the Kinks as well. The Electric Light Orchestra I used to like. Loads of my mates always liked Genesis. I never liked Genesis. I like Status Quo. Are you homophobic? No. I'm an heterosexual. Yeah, I'm an heterosexual. I'm not homophobic. I couldn't be homophobic if I wanted to because of my boyfriend. You know, my boyfriend's gay, so like, no, I can't be homophobic. The problem is we don't live with each other. He lives below me. We can't live together, David. No, so I'm not homophobic. But I'm like him. He calls a puff, I call a puff. You know, I'm not going to change my ways because of some twats that don't even properly read a book or properly don't do anything. They just listen to other people and they're like little sheep that follow. You know, I was brought up in an age where I just call somebody. If it's a twat, it's a twat. Like you say, is an homosexual, I'll call him a puff. I'll probably call him a wanker too. Well, I'm a wanker, so, you know. But, like, no, I'm not homophobic. I shouldn't judge people, but I do. And I really did for quite a long time. Stop judging people and just let them get on with it. But I think it's gone too far today. It's gone beyond homosexuality, hasn't it? You know, I don't know if you know Quentin Crisp. He was an old gay in growing up in London. I think it was like 1939. And he decided that he wanted, I think he wanted, no, he decided he was in touch with his feminine side. And he thought he was the only person that felt like that in the world, like we do. We feel it only happens to me, doesn't it? So this Crispin Crisp decided that like he was going to get in touch with his feminine side. So in 1939, 40s and 50s, he used to walk around with his hair dyed, with lipstick on, eyeshadow, you know, like they did in the 80s. You know, you lot thought it come out in the 80s, but Crispin Crisp did it back then. You know, 1939, 1940s, 50s, 60s, 70s. You know, he got in trouble by saying AIDS because somebody asked him about AIDS and he went, "Oh, it's just a fab." Well, while there was loads of gay people dying with it, and it was just a fab. Now it's nothing, is it? Nobody ever talks about AIDS, do they? It's just a fab. That's what it says there. I'm just a fab. And he got in trouble for it. But it's gone beyond gays now, hasn't it? Where like they're teaching kids now when a kid doesn't even know what he is not sure what he is. You know, most of these kids that are probably are gay think they're more bisexual. There's probably kids are like Crispin Crisp that have got more feminine side, but they don't do any sex like Crispin Crisp. He was quite open and says he was a rent boy, you know, because he did fancy men, but he didn't really practice it. I think that the saying goes with I can't think of his name, the comedian out of the Carry On films. He hated being gay. He didn't like being gay at all. But gayness today has just gone beyond gayness now. You know, and I don't know what these nouns and pronouns are because I ain't got a clue. To me, a puff is a puff. You know, if you've got like the feminine side of you, which most gay men, well, I can't say most, some gay men have got the feminine side. Some gay men have got masculine. You know, you see him in the pubs. If somebody told you he was gay, you'd go, "No way, is he gay?" You know, because he's got no feminine. Because that's what we think about gay people when we see them. Because like they act feminine, so they're gay. But there's people out there that are gay that you wouldn't think were gay. You know, that would probably knock you out with one punch because they're so masculine. You know, they look after the bodies and everything else. But I think gayness today, we accept it. But like, there's some things that we can't accept. Like, just call me Carol. You know, we used to call them transvestites. People that used to like dressing up in women's clothes. We call them transvestites. No, you can't even call them. They've got a proper name for it now. You can have a sex change. And like I say, they're teaching kids it at school. And I do think it's wrong because like kids don't know what they are. And it is definitely wrong. But like I've always said, you get mad for queers, you get mad for straight men, you get mad for women, you know. Oh, but it does what? Let me get to it because it does wind me up. It really does wind me up. Right, here's another thing that gets me. We live in a democracy. So we are told. We're told we live in a democracy. Right? Now, does any of you believe we live in a democracy? Or do we live in a dictator? Censorship? Because, like, you're told now you can't say this, you can't say that. The same in Russia, China, North Korea, and a few others, you know, where they do censorship, and they do it in England, they do it in America, they do it in Australia, they do it in Canada. You know, they censor us. We live in a state now where, like, we're watched all the time. If you get too big, you see, I did have 8 viewers, right? But I've only got 7 now. But if I had 8 million viewers, I would be cancelled, right? For the stuff I talk about. They would cancel me. They would shut me up like they did Tommy Robinson. And I always knew it was going to come with Tommy Robinson. But like I say, we're supposed to live in a democracy. But we don't do it. We just live in a dictatorship. It's just disguised better than the Russians and the Koreans and China. You know, our government disguise it better. This is why I don't like protesters, because it doesn't do anything. Protests don't do anything. You know, if Pakistan had an uprising, they'll be in London, right, waving the Pakistan flag. But they're here, but they don't want to go home, because if they do go home, they know what would happen to them. So, like, why do it here? That's what I say. You know, why do it here? Do it in your own home. You're supposed to come here for a better life. You give your country up for a better life and English values, and it's like, I remember Enoch Powell when he had them speeches. I was only a young kid, and yeah, I didn't really take it in. As soon as the internet come along and I used to listen to him, yeah, he made sense. And it's all absolutely right. You know, we do need migration and that, but like not what we get now. Could all these third world countries, right, that get sent aid to, and then you realise half of the aid doesn't get to them, they get off the ships and it starts to disappear, and it doesn't go to where it's supposed to go because of these corrupt governments and that. You hear about it all the time, of corrupt governments. So anything else, David? Now, I'm not homophobic. Well, I just think I'm a realist. I don't know what to say. I just think I am just a realist. It's like I say about people on YouTube. I think Elon Musk got it right where he said everybody should come off social media because they're giving themselves a false impression of themselves. You know, when they take photos of themselves and they're going like this with their selfies, with the phone, you know, and smiling. But they could be so depressed inside, but they put it on social media. And like mental health, like everybody's pushing mental health. When I was a kid, there was no mental health. You just got on with it. You just had to deal with it. You know, when I suffered like in my 20s with dark depression, doctor gave me pills. I chucked them in the bin. I thought, you know, I'll get out of it myself. I was working at the time, you know, and I just got on with my life. I knew I was depressed. I knew that I wasn't eating, probably the same I am now. I'm going for the same thing, a bit of it ain't dark now because I know, because I've been through it before, of depression. Now it's affecting me in a different way where I'm sleeping all the time. You know, I can go to bed and get up in the morning and then go for another kip, you know, and just sleeping my life away and drinking my life away. But I'm not one of these people that suicidal with the depression because I've been through it before. I've been through that and I thought that was a terrible thing. You know, I took an overdose when I was about, I don't know, I was in my 20s, I think. I took an overdose and I landed myself in hospital, had the old stomach pumped, and doctor says to me, "Why did you do it?" I went, "Well, I didn't realise I did it. I didn't realise I did it. I didn't do it in front of anybody. Just somebody at the time caught me when I was monged out and saw all the pills around me and then phoned the ambulance. I didn't tell anybody I was going to do it. I just did it. You know, I didn't advertise it. But I just did it, and I don't know why I did it. To this day, I don't know why I did it. I just did it. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't. Good evening, soldier. I didn't tell anybody that I was going to do this. I just did it. But like I said, I was spaced out and whatever, and I got all these tablets around me, and so they phoned an ambulance up, and like I said, they pumped my stomach out. They put me in a psych ward. So I'm in this psych ward. And I went, "Can I go home now?" And they went, "No, we need to see, you need to see a psychiatrist." I went, "Well, I don't need to see it. I'm all right now." "No, no, Mr. Owen, you've got to see this psychiatrist." Right? And this is true. They, like, you could smoke in hospitals then, but you had to smoke in like a smoking room. So I'm in this smoking room and I'm sitting there on my own, and this lad comes in with a drip. So I'm there. Now I'm depressed. You know, I'm not going through my right mind. And This lad says to me, oh, you want to kill yourself? I went, no, I don't want to kill myself. He says, oh, I want to kill myself. I went, well, do you? That's up to you. It's not all to do with me, is it? So I'm here because I don't know, I just took a load of pills and, he says, yeah, well, I want to die. I thought to myself, I'm in this hospital because I did a stupid thing. I don't know why I did it. I didn't tell anybody I was, and this lad is telling me what. And he went, if I pull this drip out, I will die. I went, what do you mean? But you keep going on about you want to fucking die, don't you, mate? Yeah, I went, well, pull your fucking drip out then. So he did. And I just sat there and watched him. And then about 2 minutes after this, the fucking nurse comes in, like. And then they thought I was bloody mad because I couldn't watch him. But I was depressed. I wasn't bothered about him. I'm more bothered about what I'd done. Because I couldn't believe I'd done it. Just couldn't believe what, and that helped me with my recovery depression. Because I couldn't understand why I did it. I just did it. And like I said, I didn't tell anybody. I just did it. And I always, I've got this mental attitude now where people say, oh, I'm going to do this. I think it's just for attention. Now, I can say that because I've done the overdose and I didn't tell anybody. I just did it. I didn't do it for attention. I just lost the plot for a moment in time, which I did. I lost the plot. And obviously, I got saved. So it wasn't my time to go. And then I listened to all these mental health stories and stuff like that. I could understand it with soldiers, like Afghanistan and stuff like that. Where they're shooting people. You must have serial killers in the army because they must love it, some of them. Because some of them don't even suffer, do they? I'm gonna kill you, you bastard. It's legal. I can be a legalized serial killer, but no one can touch me, can't they? Hey, some soldiers must be some psyched out serial killers. Because they don't suffer with that PDS, whatever it is. They don't suffer what some of us do. So they don't suffer with it. Must be some sad serial killer. They just love killing. They don't know it until they join the army, mind you. I've always thought about it. Could I do it? Could I pull the trigger? And the answer to it, I don't know. It can happen to anyone at any time, Simon. The good thing is you got through it and can realise the signs if it comes to it. Well, it has come to me again. I'm a bit depressed. Well, I say a bit. I'm just wasting my life away, sleeping, and I think the only thing this time, I think, is like even though I'm not eating properly, I'm eating healthier. Because like now I'm buying a lot of fish, a lot of rice, I don't eat a lot of pasta no more. I still eat chips, but I don't eat that many of them now. So even though I haven't got an appetite, and I know I've got to force myself to eat because there's only me, you know, I haven't got my mother looking after me no more. When I was 25, to make sure I ate and had soup and everything. So I do force myself to eat, but like I only eat one meal a day. I don't drink in the week. I drink Fridays and I'll probably have a drink tomorrow. And then I've got Lindsay and John coming up because we want to do Elveston Castle. It is a thing. Let me find it. I thought put it near the door. Right. You might be interested, you might be not. Forgetting how to do it now. Share screen. Tire. So I haven't put it through an editor, but this is the raw footage without the editor. So where's the play button on it? Can't even find the play button on it. Let's start again. All right. I thought put it near the door. We're just setting up here. Just setting up the equipment and that. It was quite windy and everything. And it was me and John. You could hear the wind. But like got a shadow in that corner last time.
Got a shadow over there?
The corner of the building.
Yeah, we'll go around in a minute.
It looked like it went round the corner.
Yeah.
So
where do you come from?
I come from Derby.
Derby. Oh.
If I can find it. I'm starting to get backache.
We'll sit down on steps for a bit.
No, just sit on this other one. Oh. It doesn't work for me, does it? It doesn't like me.
10? What's 10 relevant to? Is that relevant to anything that you're trying to communicate to us? 10?
I was sitting there And I said to John, I can hear footsteps. But they're gone. And these lads joined us. I was just trying to find.
I don't think it's much. We'll wait till this plane's gone ahead. And
I think this is it, where it says to John, I can hear somebody walking. But this is Sixth Sense's demon, no demon there whatsoever. You know, there's a few, they did witchcraft in the woods. But there was no, like, demons. And then, like, when people slag him off
Do you
that,
feel like somebody's walking around? I can hear.
yeah, it's the lads here.
Is
you
it?
hear it, like, see, I don't even know.
Come to shit us up. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Now, just stop it there. Now, if that was John's Sixth Sense, right, he'd been moaning and groaning, wouldn't he? You know,
not.
We're not.
I interact with them.
We're just trying.
It's not very loud, mate.
Why is it meant to be on?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's where we've come.
Is that why you come?
Yeah, just trying to get that.
See, these lads, they haven't got no equipment or whatever. They've heard it's supposed to be haunted. So, like, they've come up here just to see if it's haunted. But, like, they was quite interested.
Yeah, allegedly it's supposed to be like a black figure
Yeah.
that you can see.
Have you been to many places like this?
We had some experiences.
Have you been to that one? Is that one haunted over there? The cop one.
We haven't been to that one.
Michael Fairfield.
Yeah.
See, he was telling us about some not far away.
GS Rants. Where he's on YouTube. Oh, yeah, Facebook as well, like you said.
Well, I've got a Facebook page, but I don't really do.
Sheffield. It's around it. That's the one.
See, the fat one, they couldn't keep his hand off his dick. He
So
must
you
love
can
playing
see
with
if
his
it's
dick,
haunted.
because it's never off his dick.
Well, I didn't see if it'll happen.
And I thought, like, I can't put that in the video, can I? You know, then John pisses off and leaves.
Well, I
leaves
sat
him.
there on that pillar, and I heard like somebody throw like a big boulder, and there's nothing there. That was early on,
How long you been?
but you can
Only about half an hour, I think.
a bit longer, I think. Kind of last start.
43 minutes.
But he's still playing with himself, but
How many years on you? How many years on there?
Yeah, you're on Facebook.
Have you ever been to that Pontiff, that one?
Yeah.
30 Drive.
That's a load of
I
light.
paid money for that. Not money they won't do about 500 quid for that.
When you go to them woods, there's supposed to be they did witchcraft in there. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. That's one of the witchcraft ones.
yeah, they did witchcraft in there and that. But the graffiti on them,
that's what I like, the graffiti on the wall.
Oh, look. This one, like this one, got a new one.
they've scratched all the names in, haven't they?
Where do you come from?
I come from Derby.
Derby. Oh, you take to get here.
This is real hard, so 40 minutes.
I drive to Sheffield, go to his house, and then,
We're together.
yeah,
You go out every night or every
No.
day?
I've been out for ages when you start going back out here.
You see the guy on his phone, He was
He
like
had the
really more
lockdown, and then
interested.
afterwards,
The lad behind him with True on it, look.
Where was that true on?
He was
Where did we
interested.
go?
Well, he just kept playing with his
been to
TikTok
loads of
all the
places.
time.
It's
Emergency
like,
Service Museum in Sheffield.
yeah,
Emergency Services Museum in Sheffield.
Is that actually on?
I think so.
well, yeah.
Bad experiences there. Moss Roll in Sheffield. Where else have we been?
Loads of places. There's an old church,
Alfred Town? No, not Alfred. Right?
Ashbourne.
Ashbourne Town Hall.
Yeah. If you go down the M1
Yeah.
towards Nottingham, there's an old church there,
What, side of the motorway?
Just off the motorway.
just off the motorway, about 5 minutes.
24, 25?
About 26 in it, or 27.
26 to 27, you score for Annesley, turn left and forward, church on your right there, on the church.
Then you got Sheffield, you got the churches around there, Ward End.
The underground?
Yeah. Oh,
Now, just listen to what I just said to these lads when they are about this.
it's good, but it's hard to get into.
Yeah, you know, I don't know, yeah.
Well, I won't do.
We jumped up.
I won't go into abandoned places, buildings.
Right?
Well, what happens if you fall and injure yourself?
We went to,
You're putting an ambulance crew at risk. Yeah. Putting that many lives at risk just for the sake of you having a bit of fun. You know,
So for them people that think I just say it for YouTube, right? I don't. I don't say it, but I do say it because I mean it. You know, it's there. I'm telling them lads, you know, you shouldn't do it. You know, you're putting ambulance crews at risk. The firemen, the police, or whatever. You know, so when I say it on YouTube, and when I say it about John Sixth Senses videos, I say it because I mean it. Like I said to them lads when they were saying they was going into abandoned buildings, and I said you shouldn't do it. You know, because I am really. Yeah, I think he is. Like the rest of it, John goes off and leaves me with them, and we just carry on doing the investigation. But this lad, he never took his hand from out his pants. You know, for some strange reason. I think he was a Willy Wonka of where he was. You know, he just never took his hand out his pants. But like I said, I told them that they shouldn't go into abandoned buildings because, like, they're putting other people's lives at risk. So I don't just say it on YouTube, but I do when I go ghost hunting and people tell me, you know, if we met anybody else, and I would just say the same thing. You know, you shouldn't do it. You know, I know everything costs money. It's like we're going to a place. I don't know if I shouldn't announce it. Actually, I'm just checking on my phone because, like, oh, I've got a message. What's the message? More. Oh. So, oh, look at me. There it is. I've got to pay I've got to pay some money to go to this place. No, that's wrong. I think that's all right. Terrible, isn't it, when you're pissed, isn't it? Yeah, I have. I've paid for it. I've sent John the money. I think it's a Halloween special we're doing. I think me and John's doing it one night, and Lindsay and Claire are doing it the other night, because we booked this place for 2 nights. That's supposed to be haunted, you know. So like, and it's such a small place that we don't think we'll get. We could get 4 of us in it, but it don't sleep 4. So we're going to do this place for the Halloween special. And it's like that video I've just shown you. I've not cropped it out, or it's like I heard a thump behind me. I was sitting there. I heard like, I don't know what it was. It was like somebody threw a boulder. Because it wasn't like a little stone. It was like a thump. When I said to Johnny, and it was strange. And then, like I said to John, you know, I could hear footsteps, I could hear people. And then John said, yeah, there's people here. You see, I don't have to fake anything. You know, I say I'm not a medium. Ghosts don't talk to me. I do get sometimes like pictures in my head. Sometimes I do hear things that other people don't hear. But I wouldn't say I'm a medium. I would say I'm a bit like sensitive to spirit. I wish they would talk to me, and I don't mean like through my spirit guide, you know, bit like David. No, not David. Derek, can't call him now because he's dead. But bless his soul. Somebody put that on Facebook, didn't they? I bet Fielding, because they got rid of him, didn't they? Because he got found out being a fake. Was it? I can't. Keith, somebody, Keith. Oh, I can't remember his name. He did an anagram of his name. Can you feel them if you're in an haunted location? I think you can. You know, I was with Nanny Lynn, and I was with Nanny Lynn, John and Lindsay and Claire, and the bloke that was showing us around the building and that. And while we was waiting to be let in this building, I was walking around. And as I was walking around, I was touching things. And I was touching the outer building. And I just said to Nanny Lynn, as I'm touching the building, I mean, has there been any work done to this building recently, Nanny Lynn? You know, because like I touch the wall, I feel like there's something. And then Nanny Lynn went, well, no. And then she says, oh, hang on a minute. There has been a little bit of, like, not big work, but little works. So did I pick up on it? I don't know. But when I touched the wall, I just felt like when I touched the wall, that some work had been done to it. Maybe it was like being an old building. Obviously, there's been some work done to it, ain't there? You know, it just adds to common sense. You don't have to be a medium or anything. You know, you can touch a wall and say, yeah, this, you know, I can touch my flat and say, has any work been done to these flats? Of course, they've changed the boilers, they've changed this. It doesn't mean you're a medium, does it? But I just felt this little bit of an energy, you know, tingling or whatever you want to call it. You know, but I just felt this little bit of a tingling. And then when I felt this tingling, it just comes straight into my mind, oh, there's been work done here. You know, so and then I just asked the question to Nanny Lynn, has there ever been any work done here? Because I felt a bit of tingling. That's what comes straight into my head. And what went straight into my head, I just said it to Nanny Lynn. And she would tell you, I don't lie. I don't lie. I call us all lies, don't I? And then I come out with a statement, I don't lie. One minute I don't lie, next minute I lie like Alan Barber with his 40 thieves. You know? I think we've all got a sixth sense that we can tune into. Some people are better at it than other people. Do I think mediums? I think there are some good mediums out there. There has to be. There has to be some really good mediums out there. Whether you believe it or not, you know, that's up to you. But there is some very good mediums. And there's some very good frauds, as we know. We know there's plenty of mediums that are frauds, but there are some very good mediums. Because it's been documented through the Bible, hasn't it? You know, you read your Bible and it tells you about spiritualists, you know, mediums. They call them witches, you know, in them days, or, you know, we're going to see the witch in the Old Testament. So there was some very good mediums, and I think there still is some very good mediums. But also there's some terrible ones, and there's some really good but terrible ones, as we know. And then when they get caught out for the lies and everything else, you know, they can't admit it to themselves. They're in denial, like John's sixth sense, proving demons. You know, Mark Smith. All these loads of them. You know, it's like all these entertainment channels. You know, I love watching Beardo. I love watching people. I find people more entertaining than Beardo. Sorry, Beardo, but I do. But Beardo's got more of a following than people. I think Beardo's more corrupted with the money side than people. And if he says anything, no, he's not, you know, then I'll make a video and prove he was, you know, because he's got all his videos up there, hasn't he? You know, but they do it for money. But the entertainment, and why shouldn't he get paid? It's like, why shouldn't John Sixcents get paid? So he should get paid. But yes, Proving Demons. Is that American? Yeah. You know, I've always said if it wasn't for more Gosh and a couple of other big Americans, they wouldn't shout Mark Smith out. Now, they must have known Mark Smith, and they must have known his channel, because he was always just Proving Demons, you know, out investigating. But it's all they ever did was shout him out. Why? Because he was American. Can we call it racism now? Can we say that was racist? Of course we can. You know, because they only shouted out Proving Demons. And then when Proving Demons got like his big following, Mark says, I want a bit of that, which he would, you know, because it's common sense. He's been working with Proving Demons, you know, for a year or so, or what, I can't remember. Proving Demons thinks, fuck him, he's having none of it. And then next thing, they're having a scuffle, and then Gob are there, and then Gob run off. Let me go back to that toilet. Oh. Oh shit, I'm getting tangled up in the wires here. I bought a new game for like the PlayStation, because I get bored quite easily. I play these games, and I get halfway through them, and then I get bored because it's just the same thing every time. So I bought a new one, Far Cry 5, which is quite good. It cost me £2, for the PS4, £2. When it first come out, it probably cost 18. What games do you get? Yeah, I'll have to put my and then that's all the what you call it, look. Yeah. Got PS4, Far Cry, Shadow or something. I can't play that one, Rainbow Six, because I won't buy a card for it. You have to have a card for a year to play online. So I don't see why I should have to pay for the PS4 and then for the game and then just to play online, pay again. No, sod that. Taking the piss. What's this one? Oh, is that Pug? Battlefield 1 and Skyrim. Oh, I got Fallout 4 as well somewhere. So I do play games and well, I fall out with them and that. Anybody else wants to contribute towards talking? Because I do find it interesting that look, anything you want to talk about, that's my title. But there's only poor old soldier that there's 10 watching. Are you alcoholics? Do you like a drink? Do people get on you because you like a drink? Because if you do, tell them to piss off. If you like a drink, that's up to you. If you have to pinch for your drink, you need help. But if you can afford your drink, just tell them to piss off. Because you should never drink, pinch for your drink or for your drugs. I think you should always pay for what you get. I would never condone anybody for doing anything, as long as you pay for it. I'll condone if you don't pay for it and you have to rob somebody for it because of your addiction. I think you should really need help. Well, I've lost 2 viewers now because they probably had to pinch for the drink or they had to pinch to get the drugs. I've now told them off, they've gone. But I do feel that way. I do feel like if you can't afford to do anything, it's like playing games can be addictive. Gambling can be addictive. I do understand the addiction of it all. But I don't feel you should go out shoplifting or whatever they do. to support themselves in that situation. If they get in that situation, I think, yeah, you should cry out for help. You know, I've never been addicted to drink. I can leave it, like, I can go without weeks without having a drink. I think the only thing I'm addicted to is this, like smoking. I was a chain smoker and I still am. I'm going to be one of these people that has a pipe under the nose and has to sit on the settee or try a chair with a bottle of oxygen because I'm a chain smoker and I can't help myself. I've tried quitting and everything, and it doesn't work for me. But I know what, you know, and it's only hurting me. The government say it'll be hurting them, wouldn't it? The government would say, yeah, but it costs us thousands of pounds for you to sit in that chair, having that oxygen mask. Well, it's all I can say to the government is, and to the King of England now, you know, all them years ago, when you endorsed cigarettes, you know, because they did, the Queen used to endorse, because it always had on the packet, didn't it? You know, we'll give a free packet of fags to the royal family, and they'll endorse it. You know, because it was government appointed, always on cigarettes. You know, on Park Drive, Woodbine, because that's what you used to get, wasn't it? Hello, Gary. You know, years ago when you smoked, it was always Park Drive, Woodbine. What was it? Senior service. You know, and they had no tips on them whatsoever. They had no filters. It was just plain cigarettes. And then scientist comes along and spoils it. Hang on a minute, that gives you cancer. So they put tips on them. And then they realised people wasn't getting addicted to cigarettes. So they put tar in it and up the nicotine in it, you know. Oh. And then it's like, oh, it's me back. Oh, me back. This is what pisses me off with everything. See, I think we ought to go back to the Roman times, to King Arthur, you know, where, like, the landowner used to collect the taxes, you know, because he won't get any tax out. I'll be robbing the deer out the forest, me. I'll be one of Robin Hood's merry men. You know, but you'd build yourself a little shack. You build yourself a little farm. You know, keep a few chickens and a cow or a couple of cows. You know, and probably an horse. You know, to do a bit of like ploughing the land. Oh, I think we should go back to them times. I really do. Now you can't build anything. And where did that come from? Soldier. Yeah, you in that ginger figure. Where did that come from? No, I do. I just think we should go back to them times where, like, you used to have like the landowners and that. You know, there was good ones, there were bad ones. But when you hear a good one, you could move, couldn't you? You know, I'm going to go to your land. I am. It's better up your land than this land. Now you just got the government. You can't do anything. You know, you can't even build a shed in the woods, can you? Without the council, well, you knock it down. You can't put a caravan on a land and live on a caravan because, like they say, it's static. And if you've got this bit of land, you have to keep moving your caravan around the land. Yeah, I believe in free speech. Because that's all we've got. That's all we've got is free speech. If somebody don't like what you say, they've got a mouth, so they can open their mouth and they can say whatever they want to defend themselves or whatever, because it's their free speech. Well, I think there's just too many goodies that don't what they say vaping causes cancer now too. Well, to be honest, soldier, I think it's true. Since I've been smoking this, I give up smoking. My breathing was all right when I was smoking. I got worse when I went on this. I really did get worse when I went on that, when I packed up smoking. But it's true. And like my friend says, oh, it's never out your mouth. Yeah, I know it's never out my mouth. But I'm not hurting you, am I? So what's it got to do with you? Because it's never out my mouth. And I do say it to them. You know, am I hurting you? Oh, I don't like the smell and whatever. But it don't smell. And you can't say, oh, there's a big puff of smoke, like some of them, you know, where you get big clouds of smoke, this, but that's it, come, puff, come. You know, so they lose the argument. What's that is a lot of extra fluid you're putting into your lungs. I don't know what that. If you've watched me from the beginning and all the coughing, not smoke, water vapor. When I used to smoke on like cigarettes, I'm always coughing. When I smoke this, I'm not coughing. But I love it. Anyway, I've been going on for nearly 1 hour and a half. And I keep saying to myself, you know, I'm not gonna do all these long videos anymore. I'll probably keep it to about half an hour. The other thing I was gonna do as well is like, because I noticed a lot of them, after they do the videos, they put them on private. And I was thinking of doing that, downloading it, and cutting the best bits out, and then making a video of it. and see how that goes. Because I've been watching YouTube. Well, I do. I do watch a lot of how YouTube works because I have to. And I'll just show you, right? Right, oh, this is this one here. If it works, right, here we go. I made this video. Right, I'm ranting. I don't think it's all that long.
Right, hello there, welcome to another rant of the day. And my rant now is on the Palestinians and the Israelis, eh? All right, we all say it's terrible, right? The Israelis, for years, have been like taking land from the Palestinians, from what I've read. And the Palestinians want the land back, and the Israelis don't want to give the land back. So for years, since
Right, so I made this video, and I put titles to it and everything. And if I click here, look, where it says like, look now I've got 6. I only had 2 before, and the 2 tags was Rant of the Day and GS Rants. Now I changed the title, changed the description, did a few more tags, and here we go. It's getting ranked now, but I haven't got that many. It's had about 200 when I started doing the ranking. So I've only got like an extra 24 views in 3 days. It was 2 days when I started. Now it's 3 days. I lost. Look, 49. Friday, 49. But I have learned a lot. You know, you go to your dashboard here, look. I still haven't got 1 subscriber since I've altered it. And these are the people that tell you, you know, you do this, you do that, you do this. And, you know, it take you a month to get like 1,000 followers. What a load of bollocks. So I've got this other channel where I'm going to do like an experimental channel about YouTube from what I've learned, realistically from what I've learned. And I'm going to do like all these like gurus, masters of YouTube, to show you how to do your YouTube channel and show you how shit they really are. Because like I said, up 24 views extra of all the hard work I had to do today, you know, like this, get the title right, and it worked for 24 views. You know, look at it. it worked for 24 views. Here's a tax look. You know, it's like here, look. Right. Copy that. Chuck it there. Chuck it there. Oh, shit. Not there, am I? Oh. Hang on a minute. Yeah. That's right. 2023. Yeah, I'm not top of the chop. You know what I mean? I'm really at the top of it, look. Volume quite good. Competition high. You know, so I've beat the competition. I'm at number one. You know. The highest views, average views, and there's mine, look, latest views, 224. So even though people click on you, you know, they go like that. Check one,
Right, fellas, there, well,
top
even
even a click, I'm off. And then they'll go back like that, you know what I mean? You know, that's what they think. No, you don't have to pay for YouTube. I will show you. If you ever need any help getting your YouTube channel going, don't expect miracles, because it's a slow, very slow. Right? It all depends what you want to talk about or what your channel wants to be. You know, if you're a good comedian, which I'm a terrible one, yeah, I've got a sense of humour, but like I'm losing it at the moment because of my depression. So it's not really there anymore. You know, my wife died. I moved house. I lost my job. What have I got to be funny about? Come on, truthfully, what have I got to be funny about? And I do try not to let it get me down, but there's sometimes I just get a bit depressed where I think it's like now I don't make videos that I used. I used to make some good funny videos. You know, I made oh, let's go to my channel. I was going to make one the other day. You see, no, it's not that long.
Coming after lockdown. What? No. Look how many coppers there are in my house. Look at them coming to steal everything, take everything out of my house. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the country that we live in.
Right, you see him, he's got this cigar in his hand. So the video itself is quite long, but I just clicked it, you know, where he's got that cigar in it. And the first thing that come to my mind when I saw it was that bloody Hamlet advert.
Happiness is a cigar called Hamlet.
So I made it, and did that, even though it's only it really did take off. But like, I didn't get many comments. And this is what makes YouTube. I didn't get that many likes either. Look at the likes. And the shares. And here, look, it's only had 4 shares because I put it on Facebook. Look, 100%. Look at the tags. You know. But if it don't get that many likes to the views, 1,700 views, and I've only had 29 likes. You know, you need them likes. You need them shares. And without that, YouTube is not going to recommend you. And you need this, the comments. It's like I say now, the comments here. You need them comments, engagements. Like I've got 10 people on, and it's only soldier talking. But you need that. You need that engagement. We need to bounce off each other. And if I don't get it, then the video's shit. I'm just wasting my time. But I'm not wasting my time because I'm not doing it for money. But if I was doing it for the money, you know, I could have shut this like down ages ago and said, oh yeah, I've only got 8 followers. You know, I'll shut it down. But if you really want to learn YouTube, soldier, why do you need likes? Well, that's what I'm saying. You do need them. You need the likes. You need the conversation. Because, like, if you want to be a successful YouTuber, which I do, I want to be successful. Because it's an ego thing, isn't it? It's ego. Right? It's like you go into a pub, like my friend Clive will say to everybody, oh, he does YouTube. You know, he does a live stream. And they look at my video that I've made, and it's probably had 200 or 300 views or whatever. And they go, oh, yeah, wow, yeah, but I really want to gobsmack them. And like, you know, we have 1,000. And I want people to interact. I want, you know, what do you think about fucking boat people and what? Last little bit, look, at least I got another bottle for tomorrow. You know, I always say, for a good YouTube channel, you've got to have lots of interaction. You've got to have like, it's no good listening to my views and agreeing with me, because as a human being, we're not always right, are we? Right. Let's see if I can get here. Old adverts. Right, oh, well, that's controversial, isn't it? Robinson's Marmalade.
When I complete a job, create a payment link in the Monzo app, send it to the customer, and get paid there and then.
Yeah. Oh, good on you then.
You know, some marmalades get some of their tang from added flavouring. While Robertson's Golden Shred gets all of its tang from Seville oranges. What would you rather have for breakfast?
Now, can I just say, if that was the opposite way round, the black was in the background and the orange was in, would there be like orange people complaining? So, I love this one. I love this one.
On your last trip, did you discover what the Earth people eat? They eat a great many of these. They peel them with their metal knives. Boil them for 20 of their minutes. Then they smash them all to bits. They are clearly a most primitive people. Or mash, get smash.
I love that advert. I really do. I'm back. I'm just getting my tea out the air. Right. Oh, I've got one of them. But don't you love the old adverts? You know, I love them.
I bought this Scotch videotape back in 1983. Do you know, it was guaranteed for a lifetime. They said it didn't matter how many recordings I made, every one would be as good as the first. Well, I had my doubts about that at the time. But I don't know. I'm beginning to believe it now. Every recording...
Do you remember that one? And it's the same with CDs where they would never scratch. You know, you had CDs that would never scratch, but they do. Scotch tapes. You know, how many times have people like at the video recorders and they use that tape, Scotch tape time, and it was always flickering and everything. We have this technology where we could make everything perfect, but we realise that if we did make it perfect, we'll never make money again. So we never make anything perfect. We can make everything perfect. You know, like I said about what you call it, the Roswell spacecraft that they're supposed to have got hidden and everything. You know, where microwaves comes from, and like the non-stick frying pan. You know, the Teflon Don. You know, we could have everything perfect, but companies, they don't want to make them perfect, because if they did, they can't make money again, can they? But it's what they do. They fill your head with bullshit, which they do. They fill your head with bullshit, and then we buy it. So I might piss off, I might drink this and listen to a bit of music. Excuse me, before I go to bed. 1 hour 45 minutes. I do think that's long enough. But for all you watch me, I thank you very much. And I do appreciate it for coming in. But I bloody wished like you would contribute a bit more. So on that note, I'm off.